Welcome to another new episode of the Declutter Me podcast with myself, Shelina. Happy New Year, wherever you are in the world, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas break if you were celebrating. I won't ask you about your resolutions as I don't believe in making resolutions. I feel they are a way to bring undue anxiety into your life, and it's just too much. Like, we don't need this burden on our heads and this anxiety and frustration. When you're ready to do something or to quit something, then you'll do it when you're ready. You don't need to make a resolution and start immediately on the 1st of January. It's just too much pressure on our souls. And then you just have like this burden and this cloud hanging over your head to make you feel bad if you don't maintain the resolution. No one needs to be anxious when we can already feel anxious living this life in this world. So today, I'm going to discuss about anti-resolutions. I'm not going to discuss resolutions because no, it's not happening. Instead, I want to give you my favorite suggestions to declutter and organize. So when you're ready in the year or next year, you'll have this episode to listen to remind you of what to do to help you declutter and organize. So think of this as the anti-resolution episode to help you throughout the year. So first of all, my favorite suggestion is always to do a mini declutter. So a mini declutter is spending 15-20 minutes on a small area, say a shelf or a cupboard or a part of your closet, and go in and spend those minutes decluttering and all the things that you don't want. So the things that make you feel ugly, that don't fit, that you don't use, that you don't like, that you were given as a present. I'm going to talk about presents more again later. So all of these things, anything that's plain rubbish, that's duplicates, that doesn't work, like why are you keeping an old iron that's broken if it doesn't, just throw it away, put it in the recycling. So keep doing that in the various areas in that room. And then when it's organized, when it's decluttered, then organize it into a proper system so you can find everything in 5 seconds moving forward. So that is always my thing to do. Do a mini declutter. So listen to music, watch Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever, and do that while you're doing the declutter. The next tip I always give, and I think it helps a lot in reducing what comes into your home, is buy one, get rid of two. So if you buy a pair of shoes in the sales, you have to get rid of 2 of them. Now, it might sound tough to do, but there is an easy way to follow this rule. First of all, get a bag, like a nice paper bag, put it into your closet or put it into a cupboard. And every time you see something that you don't like, you don't use, you don't want, put it into that bag. And then when that bag is full, you can give it away for donation or recycling, or, if it's horrible, throw it away. And then if you keep on doing that and filling up that bag, you've covered the get rid of 2 item in the buy one, get rid of 2 rule. So just keep on doing that. I mean, ideally, if you do buy a pair of shoes, you'd want to get rid of 2 shoes because, it's very difficult to find space for shoes usually. But it could be anything. It could be anything in your house. But this is a good way to help you to declutter moving forward. Another tip I give, especially when online shopping, is not to buy immediately. So what I do, I will put the item in the basket and then I'll go back 1 or 2 days later and see if it's still there. Because I shop in places like the Outnet or Net-a-Porter or Amazon. And in the Outnet, if the items, there's usually only about 2 items left. And if they've gone, they're gone. Then it was never meant to be. But if it's still there and then I look at it again and see if I really am going to wear it, then I'll buy it. Do that for everything. So right now I've got in my basket in Amazon air fryers because I'm looking at getting a new air fryer. I had an old one that was gifted to me, but it's old. And I was at a party and people were talking about air fryers and getting new ones. And there's like some new super duper ones. So I wanted to get one. And so I've been researching and looking and I've chosen 3 that are possible to buy. So now I have to just decide which ones to get. So if you have an amazing air fryer though, put it in the comment box so I know which one is a good choice to buy. I have the Ninja's looking like a possible one to get, but let me know if there's any others that are worth getting. But see, that's what I've done. I've put it in the basket. It's there. I'm going to think about it and then I'll decide which one to buy. So I'm not going to rush into buying it straight away. And that's what you should do when you do online shopping. Unless you really need it, like, cleaning products. Whenever, my maid will say, this is run out, I'll put it I'll shop for it immediately because I know we need to get a new item, because I don't buy in bulk. I just buy one at a time, because, the next day the item will be delivered. So there's no point buying in bulk. I haven't got room to buy bulk stuff. So do that as well. Don't, stop the bulk buying. If you don't need to buy in bulk, there's so many ways to buy stuff now. There's shops everywhere. There's online shopping. You really literally get stuff the next day, unless you live in the middle of an island somewhere and it's a bit more difficult. But for other people, you really don't need to buy in bulk anymore. When you do go shopping, have a shopping list with you when you buy. So I keep a list on my to-do list, tick, tick. You can do it on Evernote, on notes, on a piece of paper. Every time you realize you need something, add it to that shopping list, and then only refer to that when shopping. It will save you money, it will save you time, and it will save you wastage on items. So you'll make sure you don't buy duplicates of things. When I didn't used to do lists, I used to end up buying multiple jars of English mustard. And they last a long time, but there's only so much English mustard I can eat in my time. So, it's helped having a shopping list so that I make sure I don't buy mustard all the time. Talking of shopping, I need to discuss presents. Presents are lovely, but not when you don't need them and you feel guilty decluttering them. So don't put a burden on your friends and family with your purchases this year. If you must buy a present, get them experiences or vouchers which they can use to get what they really want to get. If the person's not a close friend or relative, then get out of buying them a present. So, do they really need something from you? Will they stop being your friend if you don't get them a birthday present? Will it be the end of the world if they're not your friend anymore because you didn't get them a present? Most probably not, because it sounds like they're awful human beings if they're so hung up on getting a present. So don't get presents for people if you can. I don't get presents from my close friends, and they know that. I will get them, on their birthday a voucher, but for other celebrations, I won't get them anything. And they don't get me anything as well, and I don't expect anything. It's lovely if they do, but they know that I will just be a bit miffed because it most probably will be clutter for me. But when it's something genuinely like they've really thought about it and thought she is going to love this, then it's usually amazing. But I usually just ask for vouchers. Cinema vouchers work amazing for me. So I have so many cinema vouchers given to me. So for the whole year, I just watch loads of movies and practically for free. So it's great. I love it. So if you do get presents from people, don't let it be a burden in your house. If you don't like it or use it, get rid of it. Donate it, recycle it, throw it out, but don't keep it in your house. Keep only what you love and what you want to use. This year, I want you to make it about you and caring about yourself and your things. There's nothing wrong with having stuff, but declutter what you don't want, don't need, don't like. If anything, make that your non-resolution, caring about yourself and caring about the things that are in your home. So the main thing is just declutter the things that you don't need, don't want, don't like. Do that. And if you find it difficult doing it yourself, get a professional organizer like myself to come in and help you to declutter, because they'll help you get rid of it as quickly as possible. As always, thank you for listening to me and for tuning in last year, this year, and for listening to my tips. And I hope you found this episode helpful and that you're going to find the other episodes helpful as well. If you do love what you hear, I would love it if you leave a review so that it, goes up on the charts and that people listen to me more. Also share it with your friends and family as well. You can do that for free. And if they don't want to listen, great. If they do, amazing. But thank you always for listening and tuning in. I'll give you a new episode next week, and Happy New Year to you, and let me know how you go with your non-resolutions. I'll speak to you next week. Take care. Bye.